everyone and welcome back to my channel. So please excuse the, oh god, I'm knocking things over. Please excuse the lighting scenario. It's very dark outside even though it's daylight. I haven't quite sussed this yet, so do bear with. You'll be hearing that in every single video. Today we're going to be doing a model tries. Can you guess the brand? You probably know from the title. Today we're trying Asda makeup and I am shook. I am shook. So if you really want to have a look-see and find out what I used on my face, then please do keep on watching. There are a couple of items that are missing that made it not quite a full face, but there were things that either I knew I would never use again, it would just be a waste of money for me, but all of the stuff that kind of I know you guys would be interested, mascara, foundation, bronzer, blushes, highlighters, you will be seeing in this video. So yeah, hit that thumbs up button if you're excited for today's vid, and hit that subscribe button if you're not part of the Janes family. Hopefully I'll see you back here soon. Let's get to it. So yeah, I have the foundation. I'm just going to take it out of the package, chuck that on the floor. I noticed they had two different kinds. So as far as I'm aware, everything is cruelty free and vegan. It says vegan. So I picked up the moisturizing one. They did have like a matte one as well. It comes in a squeezy tube, which is a really easy application for sort of traveling and throwing in your handbag and stuff. We're gonna see if it builds up. I don't know what coverage this is supposed to be. So it says for better results you can use with one of their brushes. It has aloe vera and vitamin E in it, and you're supposed to apply with, you know, apply to moisturised skin. I got the colour Sand. I normally have fake tan on. I have tan this morning. It's sort of not got a colour guide today. So I don't know whether this will match me or not, but you can see there is a bit of a difference. So I'm going to be applying this with a brush. I'm going to be using the VELA.YUE. This is kind of like a kind of buffing stipply brush. I'm just going to pop a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm guessing that should cover my whole entire face. We will see anyway. What I am going to do first is just use a primer from e.l.f. This is the Poreless Putty Primer. I'm still not entirely sold on primers for being primers, but what I do like them for, I'm kind of testing this one out, but what I do like them for generally is glowy primers, because I feel like anything with a bit of a sheen or that gives the skin a bit of a sheen, whether or not it primes to the point of keeping your makeup on is a different matter, but I can definitely tell a difference in how luminous my skin looks. So, you know, does a job. Don't have a mirror in front of me, so I will be using my palette mirror. I have got the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush Quad from their Christmas, like the Ghost collection. It's covered in fingerprints, but this is the mirror I'm going to be using. So if you would like a review on that, then let me know. So we're just going to go straight in, see what happens. I've got like a couple of little pimples on the forehead area, so we'll see if that covers it. Right, I have just zoomed you in. So that's just one layer. It does feel a little bit tacky. I think maybe this will dry down a little bit. It feels quite lightweight. It is comfortable on the skin, as you can see here. It hasn't covered all my blemishes, so what I'm going to do is pop a little bit more on the back of my hand and just see if we can build it up a little bit. Just going to go in with a finger and see if you can cover that. I know that this is kind of not a concealer, but I just want to see if you could kind of build this up if you wanted to. Again, I've got a few little marks on my... So it does look like you can build it up a little bit. Don't feel like it's covered much of my dark circles, so I'm just going to pop a little bit extra under here. You could use a brush for this. I just kind of want to see what it applies like with fingers. I'm gonna go over my lids a little bit as well, see if we can get rid of some of those veins. Okay, so I would say it is buildable. You can kind of use it. I wouldn't say in place of a concealer, but if you have got areas that you want to build up a little bit, it does kind of lend itself to that. Medium, a light medium, but buildable coverage. I think if you had a lot of redness and discoloration, or you had any kind of problems with rosacea, things like that, you might find this quite tricky. It's not clinging to dry patches or anything. As I say, this is the moisturising one, but I don't know. It feels a little bit sort of tacky still. I don't know whether this is ever really going to dry down. I wouldn't say it's like dewy, but it's not completely matte either. It's got a nice kind of natural finish to it. We still have this guy here that's not covered, which is going to irritate me to no end, so I'm just going to pop a third layer over him. Getting there. I would say you definitely need a concealer with this if you've got sort of more problem skin or you've got a few blemishes, but it feels nice. It's quite lightweight. There's not a lot for me to say about it really. I don't love it, I don't hate it either. It feels very comfortable. My skin looks fine. I mean, I'm not, as I said, I'm not in love with it. I would want to go over with a concealer in some areas maybe. Let's get some of the other stuff on and see what it looks like. So I'm going to pop a little bit of concealer on. I'm just using the Fast Base Concealer by Revolution, because as I said, I couldn't find a colour that was left in there that was going to match me. I'm just going to set that with my Coty Air Spun, which is the powder that I would normally use, and just see how it looks underneath my usual powder. What I'm going to do now is quickly fill in my brows and then we'll come back and do the rest of the face. Right, the next product that I'm going to go in with is actually the bronzer. So these all have the little vegan things on them. Oh my god. All I want is to open this. Come on. Okay, there we go. They all have they're all taped, which is good. You know, no one's messed with them. This one's in the shade Caramel. Whoa. Oh. My bloody nail in it. Oh, it feels very soft. It looks like it is matte, but looks like it may have just a nice kind of soft buttery sheen on it. So I'm going to take a big brush. This is my VELA.YUE brush. I love these sets. Whoa. Oh, okay. Pigment. Quite a lot of stuff coming out there. I really hope that this is, in fact, you know what, I'm just going to dust it off on the back. Can you see that? So I normally bronze all around the outside of the face. The colour looks okay to me. It is quite warm. Could potentially come out orangey. Let's have a look. You have to be, oh my god, I just dunked it once. You have to be so careful with this stuff. Whoa. Okay. This is great that it is pigmented, but also if you're not careful you could end up looking like a splotchy mess. Do you know what? That is really nice. I really like that. I think that's going in my makeup bag. That's really nice. I was not expecting it. Look. You guys know, I'm just going to keep it more. You guys know that oh, okay, too far. We'll just blend that out. You guys know that I love expensive things. I also really like cheap things, to be honest. I kind of went into this not really knowing what to expect, to be honest. I'm always a bit wary of skin things. When it comes to supermarkets or people that don't do makeup doing makeup, because I just am. I don't want to break out from this. But I really wasn't sure what, I kind of went into this not really knowing what to expect, to be honest. I didn't really have any kind of preconceptions. I'm one of those people that, you know, I use a lot of the Revolution stuff from their like really basic range. They're like £4 lipsticks, they're lovely, they stay on, they're comfortable to wear, they have a good colour range. I'm really not one of those people that kind of shies away from using like cheap shit. but I do like my expensive stuff. And lately I've been really into the Hourglass stuff. And their bronzer, their ambient lighting bronzer, I can't remember which shade, I'll try and pop it here for you. It's one of my all-time favourites and I've been using that every day. And if I'm not using that, then I'm using my really nice Nude by Nature loose bronzing powder. Oh my god, must tell you about that at a later date. So I really wasn't sure what to expect. This is really blended out beautifully. It feels really nice on the skin. Potentially could be a little bit warm for some people. I think though you could also use this as a blush. It's kind of that in-betweeny, like can be used as quite a light bronzer, light warm tone bronzer, but also you could use it as a blush. It's really, I cannot tell you, I'm really surprised at how like buttery it is, pleasantly so. Yeah, quite impressed with that. Next thing, I am going to put highlight on before I do my eyes and stuff. Again, everything is taped, which is brilliant, but like really irritating. Please excuse the fact that my nails need painting and are absolutely hideous. This is in the colour Eclipse. Apparently this is a cosmic blush, so it's a, if I can get it open, it's a baked, oh my god, literally will not open. It's a baked blush. You can see from that angle it's kind of that like pearly, peachy. It looks really shimmery. Wouldn't say, swatching it on my hand, I mean not that that ever kind of is how things show up. Can you even see it? It's definitely not blush colour. You would not be putting this on as a blush. What I think it is more of is a blush topper. So let's go in with the blush that I picked up. This is basically the same, god, this tape is driving me insane. Oh my god. Okay, right, come on, we can do this. Break a nail today, I can see it happening. This is Smoky Rose, and this is in exactly the same sort of packaging as the matte bronzer. You can see it's just like the clear, and the colour is Smoky Rose, which is one of those typical really nice neutral, reminds me of MAC's Tenderling, one of my standard must-have in kit colours, looks great on most people. I'm going to use the same brush, quite pigmented again. I'm going to use the same brush as I did for my bronzer, which I feel like I put too much on of, and just kind of go over the apples. Nice. Really nice. Again, both those powder products, really lovely. Quite pigmented, not patchy or anything. Bronzer and blush, highly recommend. They do a few other colours as well, so if you're interested in those, I would say they're definitely worth checking out. Let's go in with a little bit of this. Again, I'm just kind of wiping off my brush, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of that. It doesn't look like there's much pigment coming off. It just looks like it's picking up kind of the sparkly bit, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, getting a bit of shine. It says it's a blush. If you ask me, it's not a blush. It's more of a blush topper or like a highlight. This is not something that I would be wearing on my cheeks as a blush. It does give a nice sheen to the skin. I would say it's showing up a little bit my texture. It's not the nicest highlight or like blush topper that I've seen, but it's pretty. This would use again. Not in love with it though. Now, probably the bit you've all been waiting for, I picked up the nude, I think they've got a couple of different eyeshadow palettes. This one is the nude one, and they do have names on the back as well, which I think is cute. Can you tell though, the sticker is wonky and that annoys me. I think this retails for about £6, and in here, I kind of see this colour story as almost like they're split it in half. So you've got your pinky tones, and then here you've got more of your warm brown. So we're going to be focusing on sort of these colours today. So I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see. I'm not going to show you doing both eyes. I'm just going to sort of zoom you in on one and do the other one off camera. This does come with a little nope, as I like to call them. These actually are okay for packing on colour if you're really in a kind of, you know, you're in a scrimp and you haven't got anything like your finger. These are hideous. Don't do this. Look, it is square. What are you going to do with that? It's not, no. No, 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 no. So first thing I'm going to do is go in with this warm colour. and just see what happens. I'm not going to use a base because I just haven't been bothering lately. These are kicking up a little bit of dust. Oh. Hello. That's a really nice colour. Reminds me a little bit of Saddle. Maybe this is a little bit more peachy, you know, Saddle by MAC, or similar vibes to Soft Brown as well, if any of you still use your MAC single eyeshadows, or if you are a Makeup Geek fan. Beaches and Cream. Beaches and Cream or Peaches and Cream is it? I can't remember. This is actually really nice. This matte is blending out beautifully. It's buildable. It's pigmented enough to start with. It's not giving me any trouble at all. I'm very surprised because I wasn't expecting it. That's really nice. Let's take one of the shimmery colours. I'm going to go in with this kind of shimmery gold here. Oh. 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 I'm going to pop this on. Oh. Oh my god. What? Okay, Asda. Giving me glam. Oh my god, I'm like, my brain is fucked right now. What the hell? Just from looking at them in the pan, I was not expecting that. I'm going to pop the same colour a little bit on the inner corner as well. Okay, like, I'm actually friggin' impressed. I'm going to do another layer and see. Oh my goodness. This eyeshadow palette so far, oh my god, banging. Right, I'm going back in with a little bit of that nice kind of soft brown shade. Oh, which is called Crave. That shimmery shade I just used is called Champagne. I'm going to go in with a R&M 521 brush. This is kind of like a standard fluffy brush but smaller. And I'm actually going to go in with the soft brown colour and go under the lash line. Under the lash line. What I might do then is take a little bit of this slightly more dark shimmery colour. This is called Wink. Kind of looks like Woodwinked from, oh my god, kind of looks like Woodwinked from MAC. Reminds me. I'm going to pop this on the outside. That's like stunning. Oh my god. Wow. I'm going to pop a little bit on that outer corner lash line underneath as well, because why not? Wow, I'm really impressed with this. Oh my goodness. Right, I'm going to take that small brush. I know people are all like, oh, I can't put shimmery colours in the crease. You can. Do what you want. It's your eye, your rules. Goodness. Oh my god. This is so nice. Wow, okay, so I'm going to go in with my blending brush again that I use that soft brown on, and I'm not adding any colour, I'm just kind of buffing it out. Just because I guess I should, I'm going to take that small brush again and the deepest shade here. Oh, I don't want to use too much. And I'm just going to tilt my head back ever so slightly in case there's any fallout, and just pop that on the outer edge, just for a little bit of extra depth. Blimey O'Reilly. This stunning palette. Oh my god. Really, really impressed with that. Very confused. Don't know what I was expecting. Very confused. I'm going to take another kind of small stiff brush, something just with a flat edge or a liner brush, and I'm going to use that same shade and I'm just going to push it into my lash line. Use it as an eyeliner. Sorry about the crow that you can hear. Really pushing that into the lash line. I don't mind if this isn't sort of perfectly blended and stuff, because I kind of quite like that it's a bit smudgy, smoky. Oh my goodness. Right, let me pop some mascara and do the other eye and I'll come back. I have done both eyes. I am shooketh. Yeah. Curl my lashes. I did pick up their mascara. This is the Pro Lash. They have, I think, 3 different kinds. I can't remember what the other ones were. Long lasting mascara, George Pro Lash. Again, vegan. Spiky, what's this called? Wand. Looks good for separating. This little spiky bit on the end looks like amazing for getting in and spreading. Oh, itchy nose. Spreading those lashes out, so let's do this. Okay. Not depositing too much colour. Oh, lengthening, spread out those. Okay. Oh, this doth remind me of Maybelline Lash Sensational. Little bit Lash Sensational. Can we see the comparison? I'm going to do the bottom lashes. I'm going to come back and do a second coat just to see how it builds. Very nice. Very surprised. Okay, right, other eye then. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Do, 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 do. Excuse me, eyelash, no thanks. Hello, get off my face. Make a wish. Can I be a millionaire, please? So I can rescue all the reptiles. That'd be great. Cheers. Won't come true now because I told you. Okay. Stays wet for quite a while, which means you can play around with it. What is happening? Asda, killing it. Right, second coat going in. Second coat, layering nicely, not clumpy. Very impressed. Let's go on the side, and I think because it's quite a thin formula, it really does coat the lashes really nicely, but it's not giving me super clump. Wow. Was not expecting that. So let me just hang here for a minute. I didn't pick up any lip products, but skin looks okay. Now, I don't have problem skin. I mean, I've got a blemish here. Look, it's still not really covered. But when you've got everything else on, am I that bothered by that? No, not really. Skin looks nice. Eyeshadow, blown. Mind blown. So confused. Oh my God. How? Like £6. Let me just have a little swatchy swatch of some of the other ones. So these gold warm shades are amazing. This dark one, really pigmented, not patchy at all. Pink one, beaut. Can I put it down the side here? Beautiful. The metallics, really kind of very impressed with those. This nice silvery one. Looking a little bit powdery, maybe. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, little teeny tiny bit powdery, but I mean, £6, 8 eyeshadows. Am I going to complain about that? No, this white will be very interesting. Oh my God. So, okay, I'm running out of space. Where am I? There's some on the knuckle. A little bit powdery, maybe. Mattes in here, beautiful. Metallics in here, especially beautiful. Really impressed. This colour is like a really nice staple. This whole kind of colour palette is like my everyday amazingness. Does feel a little bit, maybe a little bit bulky. It is like the size of my hand, but it's not too thick or anything, but I would say the pan size is decent. I mean, you can see I think my skin looks nice. I would maybe have a little bit of a different shade of bronzer, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not hating anything. The foundation to me is just okay. It does the job. My skin doesn't look hideous at all. But it doesn't look super glowing amazing either. It just looks like, I guess, nice-ish skin, which I guess is what you want from a foundation. Let me zoom you out and we'll put a lip colour on. Didn't pick up any lip products from there. I just didn't. I don't need more lipsticks or anything unless there's like a weird matte formula that's really drying or anything. To be honest, a bog standard lipstick to me, no offence, is a bog standard lipstick. So I did want to keep it more affordable though for you guys. If you did go out and buy the rest of the face, I wanted to make sure that this was going to be affordable as well. So I've got a NYX suede lip liner in the colour London, which is just a nice peachy brown. I really need to do my top lip. That is not a good look unless you're a teenage boy. These NYX lip liners are really nice. They do last quite a long time, but I would say maybe to make it a little bit easier to get that on, because they're quite a, they're not really glidey. They're kind of like a normal lip liner pencil rather than a really slippy one. Maybe just pop a teeny bit of lip balm underneath. I'm then going to go in with my e.l.f. Nude Kiss Lip Oil Gloss. I really like the doe foot on this. Can you see how there's like a little step in it? It kind of fits to the shape of your lip. You could, if you wanted, just use one of these. I think they've only got 2 or 3 colours. This is the nude one, and they've definitely got like a peachy orangey one. It's really, really nice. Let's have a rundown. Eyeshadow palette, fantastic. Absolutely, really, really impressed. Packaging, maybe a little bit bulky. Pan size quite decent though. Does it tell you how much product you get in here? No, I can't see the grammage. I'm sure on their website it would show you. Clear packaging. It's not the nicest looking packaging, but it's not horrible packaging either. You can see the colours if you were looking through your collection. You can see this is the nude one. They have a couple of different other ones. I think they had like a more purpley palette as well, which I'd be really interested to pick up actually. If you want to see me test their other eyeshadow palettes, then do let me know, and I will absolutely go to Asda again because I'm there all the time and I live there. To pick that up for you guys. Really, really impressed. The colour story in here is really nice. It's something that you would get use out of every single day. You could do a really dark eye, you could do a completely matte eye. You've got a pop for the inner corner. You have got some kind of lighter shades if you are of a lighter complexion. Some of these darker shades and the champagne and the pinks would actually really pop on a darker skin as well. So actually I think you've got everyone sort of covered in here. Is pretty good. Really nice, really blendable. Hardly any fallout at all either, even with those dark matte shades, which, bearing in mind they were pigmented and they didn't have any sort of patchiness to them either, is what is this witchcraft? Mascara is really nice. Reminds me of the Maybelline Lash Sensational in the way that it kind of builds up, makes your eyelashes really, really dark. This is like a super black, and you can really get in there with the spiky bit on the end and fan them out. Separated my lashes really nicely, a couple of layers, didn't clump at all. Will just be really interesting to see how that wears. Foundation is one of the ones that I'm a bit like, as you can see, my skin looks nice. It doesn't look bad and it doesn't look amazing. It is by no means the worst foundation I've ever tried, but it's also probably not going to hit it up there with my like bourgeois healthy mix or anything like that. I would say it's a light medium coverage, but it is buildable. If you've got blemishes or problem skin, you'll definitely need a full coverage concealer to go along with it. If you have good skin and you're looking for a light to medium coverage that is not too heavy, it does feel really nice and lightweight and provide you just kind of with evening out of the skin, then it's really nice. There's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't say it's super dewy. It doesn't feel drying. It hasn't clung to any dry patches. So if you are in the market for something that's reasonably priced, vegan, and you have maybe like a normal to on the slightly drier side skin, this might be worth having a go. As I say, they do have a matte one. Bearing in mind I like a natural looking skin, like not a super dewy one, and this is meant to be moisturizing. I would agree that it is, but I wouldn't say it's as moisturizing as I expected. I wouldn't describe it as a glowy foundation, if that makes sense. It applied nicely, it blended out nicely, and it was buildable, but I don't think you can build it up very much before it would start to look not very skin-like on the skin. Out of 10 is probably the best way for me to rate it for you. I would give it like a 6.5. Powder products, very impressed. The bronzer is really nice. I think it's given me a good dose of colour. It worked nicely over their foundation as well. Really buttery and blendable. Just, I would go in, there is another colour that they do as well. I would just go in and have a look at the colour for your skin tone. As someone that fake tans and is like on the warmer side anyway, this works quite nicely. I think you could also use this as a blush though. It is that kind of not a definite bronzer colour. Really nice, really blendable, very impressed with that. It's going in my makeup bag immediately. Blushes, again, they did have a couple of other colours as well. This is the smoky rose colour. This is a staple must have for everyone's kit or their makeup bag. It is that beautiful, works for all time of the year, works on all skin tones, kind of mid-tone neutral blush that's really nice. Again, buttery, blended really nicely, very pigmented. Don't need a lot of either of these for them to show up on the skin, so just be a little bit wary of that. Sometimes I prefer something that's a little bit less pigmented so that I can build it up a little bit easier. Just be wary when you're dipping your brush in, you get a lot. The Cosmic Blushes Baked Blusher, I just wouldn't describe it as a blush. It reminds me a lot of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes. It does, oh my god, it's hard to open. It does show up a little bit of texture on the skin, as anything with a shimmer does, but it's not glittery. It is a sheen, it's a fine shimmer, it is not glitter. It's something that I would use again. It's not my favourite, but it's nice. If you are in the market for an affordable highlighter, or you were going to use something as a blush topper to give you a little bit of a glow. It's not blinding, it is a little bit more subtle, as I personally prefer. Anything that is sheeny is going to show up a little bit of texture. Maybe that's me being really picky. I personally prefer something that's a little bit more like finely milled. It's not as buttery as like the bronzer and the blush, but it is a nice shade. It is that kind of peachy tone. They had a couple of other ones as well. It's nice. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's okay. It's nice. Mascara, as I said, really impressed with. Overall, Asda makeup gets my approval. It's yeah, there are still brow products that I haven't tried. Obviously I didn't pick up a concealer. They have lip products, they do have some eyeliners as well, and I think they have some nail polish too. So if you would like to see more Asda makeup, then do let me know. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Hit that subscribe button if you're not part of the Janes family, and hopefully I'll see you back here soon. Okay, bye.